Before I begin, I just want to emphasize the fact that this is Buster Blader support. So don't be expecting some amazing shit. Y'all know how y'all do. Buster Blader the Dragon Destroyer. Don't hate on me, nigga, cause I'm shining. Look at him. Nice art. Requires Buster Blader. Well, no shit, bitch. And one dragon type monster, because it is the Dragon Destroyer. Must be fusion summoned and cannot be special summoned by other ways. Don't be cheating, yo. And before some card that says ignoring the summoning condition, this card cannot attack your opponent directly. Well, damn. This card gains 1,000 attack and defense. Oh shit, defense too! For each dragon type monster your opponent controls and has in their graveyard. This motherfucker's already 2,800, not 100, 100. So even if there's one, this thing is bigger than the vast majority of anything your opponent could ever bring out in before Dragon Master Knight. Who played that? Nobody. All dragon type monsters your opponent controls are chained to defense position. Dragon Capture Jar. Your opponent cannot activate dragon type monster effects anywhere. Damn, son. If this card attacks defense position monster, which is more than likely going to be in defense position, because the third effect puts them shits in defense mode. Curl them up. Inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Considering that this is a Buster Blader card, I think that this really is a Dragon Destroyer. Even though this shit's late as fuck, yet again, made in a new era, it ain't fitted for, new era fitted cap. For what its intentions are supposed to be, it is a decent card. The fusion spell is a quick play. And just by looking at this shit, I know it just don't say summon the fusion. You can only use each effect to destroy your fusion once per turn. Fusion summon one fusion monster that uses Buster Blader, adds its fusion material from your extra deck by using monsters from your hand or either side of the field as fusion materials. You still have to use Buster Blader, but it doesn't specify what type of dragon. Doesn't matter. It could be that damn Red Eyes Exceeds. Take that shit off the field. Your opponent controls it. That's cool. Get rid of that. Which in turn makes the fusion 3,800. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you could send one card from your hand to the graveyard. Add this card from your graveyard to your hand. So on top of this being a castrated, neuter, balls cut off version of Super Poly, kind of, sort of, you get to take, possibly, even though this is not going to happen, your opponent's monsters, if there would ever be a such thing as a Buster Blader mirror match, outside of the occasional testing when this shit is first on Salvation. And you can get the card back from anywhere, and it doesn't matter how it was sent to the graveyard. Considering that this is Buster Blader support, it's all right. I don't really know how to feel about this. He got impeccable balance for all that armor on him. He must be a heroin addict. This card's name is treated as Buster Blader while on the field or in the graveyard, so it's not treated as Buster Blader in the hand. So you cannot use it for fusion material, for Destroyer fusion in the hand. What the fuck? You mean to tell me I gotta use the original Buster Blader? If an opponent's monster is destroyed by battle or effect and sent to the graveyard, you could target that destroyed monster, equip it to this card. Has to be sent to the graveyard. In the era of pendulums, they do not go to the graveyard. It doesn't say just by battle, so you can kill something with this, then equip it. And it can be by any other monster that was destroyed by battle, as long as it's your opponent. And it also does say card effect, so if you randomly regek your motherfucker, you can take one of the monsters. Actually, you can take multiple ones. It doesn't impose a limit on how many monsters you can equip using this effect. But of course, the obvious limit is 5. Once per turn, you can target one monster card equipped to this card to the graveyard. Destroy all monsters your opponent controls with the same type as the sent monster's type, which would probably be a tad bit better if it was during either player's turn. But I don't really see this doing that much because you don't have a deck primarily with one type. Maybe 2 or 3, maybe this would get a little bit of value, but I don't really see it happening that much. Mainly because you can only do this on your turn, not your opponent's. Considering that this is Buster Blader support, you should not have expected a whole lot from this. The card was never really good to begin with. So if you compare Buster Blader originally to this shit is totally better. But I'm going to assume that there's going to be even more support as they did with Blackluster Soldier, the ritual. So I'm going to just leave it at this. You can't really get any worse than the original. So I'd like to thank y'all for watching. If you would like to help me pay rent, All you gotta do, disable ad block, click an ad, or two, put it back on. Literally seconds. Thank you very much in advance. It's very much appreciated. And if this amounts to anything at all, you have my gratitude.